I know the Mexico jails don't fucking play, and you were in prison over there, right?
Yeah.
Sheesh. What was that first day like, man?
I mean, I was there for 5 minutes. I had already got stabbed for my Jordans. Yeah.
Really? So you walk in and somebody's trying to take your shoes off of you?
I remember to this day, the black door. They just pushed me in. I got 2 big bags of all like American clothes. And I told the guard, I was like, so where do I go live? Like, where's my uniform? Where's my cell? Because I had already been in American prison before. So I was like, set me up. And they were like, nah, you go find where you're going to stay, because in Mexico it's different. They don't give you stuff. What? You got to find your own way. It's like a little city inside of a little city. Yeah, so, man. I'm standing there with my bags. And this is the first time I see like gang members with like tattoos on their faces, and I'm talking about the early 90s, you know what I mean? So scary looking dudes. And they're like, hey, what size of shoe are you? And I'm like, I still thought I was gangster. I still was like, what's up? And he ended up stabbing me. I fell to the ground because I couldn't breathe. My lungs started filling up with blood because he got me with an ice pick in the back. They had to rush me to the hospital, and then the doctor had to stab me again on the side to release the pressure in the blood. So I got stabbed twice.
Damn.
And after that, the people that I was working for got word that I was there, so they set me up with people that were already there. So they came to see me to the hospital, and they were like, well, now you got to go take care of business because you're not going to make us look bad. So I'm like, man, I'm in Mexico. And it was hard for me, bro, because me being an American, they look at me as a traitor. They don't treat me good.
Really?
They think I'm garbage because I'm gold. I'm golden. I grew up in the United States. They don't know that it's rough over here too. And it was rough, man. Every day was rough in there, and every day we had to prove ourselves. I was there with another American, Ricardo, and that's my road dog to this day. He lives out here in Houston, but he just had my back, and that's all we did. We watched each other's backs. We fought. We stabbed people. I mean, it was rough, but if I wouldn't have been young in the prime of my violence, I wouldn't have survived. Like, if you were to throw me in there right now, they would eat me up alive right now. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just going to keep it real.
Wow. Damn. So, yeah, that prison life is freaking crazy. It's just, because it's a whole way of thinking just to survive in there. You know what I mean? God.
I mean, that's the main thing that when you're in those kind of prisons, I always tell people, watch the movie Get the Gringo with Mel Gibson. Mm-hmm. That'll give you like an insight of what Mexican prison was, because, they have guns in there. They have machetes in there. It's not like an American prison where like they make sure there's no weapons in there. No, like the cartel people have stuff in there. There's more drugs in there than there is outside.
What?
Yeah. And that's where like a big cartel member would get caught, right? And we would party for like 2 weeks straight. Like, just, I had never seen like kilos of cocaine on plates, and it was just passed around. There was times that I would run because I was young, and I was with the main dude that had like the keys there. I would go hide in the cell because I just didn't want to do no more drugs no more. I felt like my heart was like going to come out of my chest. Ew. And I would go hide, and he would send his people to go find me, and they would be like, come on, he wants you back over there. And I was like his little pet because he had a lot of love for me, you know what I mean? And I was just like, man, I had never been so disgusted with drugs in my life. Like, it was just too much.
Yeah. Golly, man. Jesus. Just the whole government thing about Mexico scares the fuck out of me. Like, I remember I think we went to Tijuana, and my sister was like, she had to go pee, and they were talking about taking her to jail for peeing in the public, and we had to pay the guy like $200, the police officer, just so she wouldn't go to jail and shit. I was like, that shit scares the hell out of me. That Mexico,
they know that Americans have money. Okay, like more than they do. So like they use that to their full advantage to, and they know that it's scary over there for Americans. Like, I mean, I seen so much stuff over there, man, that I was like, I mean, no wonder how messed up I was. Not just seeing the stuff on the streets and working for the cartel. Yeah, that was pretty dark stuff I got to see. But just being in prison over there, seeing them stab people every day. The best part, I always tell people, a lot of the kingpins in there would like build their own soccer teams and buy their guys. They would invest money to make it into a really big sport.
Inside the jail?
The jail. And at the end, the world championship, they would get into fights and start stabbing each other. There would be blood all over the place. And I would be like, man, Mexicans are pretty violent, man. Pretty violent little dudes, man.
Dang. So how long were you there? How long were you
Almost
there?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, I was waiting for the American consul to come and get me.
Wow. Why did it take so long? Do you know?
They had back in those days, they had an exchange program going on with the U.S. where they were exchanging prisoners, that, you know, Americans for Mexicans. So we had to wait for the right exchange to happen, and I was actually one of the last ones to get transferred. Like, they stopped the program after that. So I'm actually was lucky and blessed to be like to make it out of there, because I always tell people, if they wouldn't have came and got me, I wouldn't be alive right now. I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I always thought, like, well, I guess I always think, like, no matter if you're an American citizen, right, and you go to jail in any other country, they'll, you know, send you back and you'll do your sentence here or something like that.
Yeah, if you're famous.
You know?
Basketball players.
Yeah. I always thought that, though. Like, no matter where you are in the country, the American government will send for you or come and get you or whatever. You know what I mean?
They go and check on you. Like, they would go and check on me every month. They would bring me vitamins because they knew, like, the food was really bad. So they would bring me vitamins. They would bring me jackets and like sheets and blankets and stuff like that. They're there to see you every month because the consul is there. But they're not in a hurry to bring you home if you're not nobody important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. And then do you get out after 4 years or?
Nah, I got transferred to El Paso, and before I even got to El Paso, they just moved me from prison to prison. So I was in San Luis Potosí, then I was in Saltillo, Monterrey, and then Juarez. Juarez was the worst one. That's the border with El Paso, and that's where they crossed me over. They crossed me over to La Tuna Federal Prison in El Paso. A lot of famous guys have been there, like the guy from Blow, just a lot of cartel people. So I got there. So once I got there, I was there for a year, and every day that I did in Mexico counted as 2, and then I got 7 years off my sentence for pain and suffering for like everything that happened to me over there.
Yeah.
And they released me, but I was free for about 5 minutes. The Texas Rangers were there waiting for me to pick me up. I was wanted on a shooting case in Chicago, so I got extradited. I ended up in the county jail in El Paso, Texas.
God, okay. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.